Welcome to the Dr. Wyatt Show, where developing a long-lasting, happy relationship is the status symbol to achieve, and following my 6 marriage steps is a path to help get you there. I'm your host, Dr. Wyatt Fisher, a licensed psychologist specializing in marriage counseling. Remember, you can contact me on the Dr. Wyatt Show Monday through Thursday from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time at 720-307-7347. If you don't get me, leave a voicemail with your marriage question and I'll respond back to it on the next Dr. Wyatt Show podcast. Today I'm going to talk about 4 reasons to consider reading the Total Marriage Refresh book. Think about books for a second. And in particular, think about how many books you are required to read to become proficient in your career. So let's back that up to high school. Think of how many books you had to read through high school to graduate. Then think about how many books you had to read to graduate with your associates, and then how many more books you had to read for your bachelor's, and so on, for those of you who got your master's, and then even your doctorate. That's a ton of books. You have probably read a lot of books to become proficient in your career. Now, if you contrast that with your marriage, you probably have read no books, or maybe 1 book, or maybe 2 books. But for your career, you've probably read around 50 books or 100 books. So no wonder marriage can be so hard. Part of the reason is you probably have not done the required reading. Most of us haven't. And so that's what this podcast episode is all about. Doing some reading, doing some required reading for your marriage so that you can become as proficient in your marriage as you are in your career. So, the first reason to consider reading my book, The Total Marriage Refresh, is it's going to provide vision. We all need vision. We need to know what we're striving toward. What should healthy conflict look like? What should healthy communication look like? What should healthy sexual intimacy look like? There's so many areas in marriage that we need a vision to know what it looks like, to know what we're striving toward. We don't get trained in marriage. No one mentors us or teaches us, and it's rare to see successful couples to learn from them. And so because of this, a lot of us are lacking vision on what to strive toward in marriage. And when you get vision, it's inspiring. You know what you're supposed to do. It may not be easy to get there. You have to learn to discipline your behaviors and your emotions at times to get there, but at least you know where you're headed. You know what you're striving toward, and that's inspiring. So this book will provide vision on the top 6 steps needed for marital satisfaction. The second reason to consider reading the Total Marriage Refresh book is validation. So I have had a lot of hardships in my marriage. We've been through a lot of summers, a lot of winters, and so I know firsthand how hard it can be to be in a marriage. I know what it can feel like to have your needs not met. I know what it can feel like to have a lot of resentment. And I also know what it feels like to work through those issues to develop a successful marriage. So I intentionally, in the pages of this book, share my own hardships, my own struggles, my own challenges that I have faced in our marriage so that you know you're not alone. You are not alone. Marital challenges are so common. You take 2 imperfect people and you put them together and there's going to be sparks. They're not going to meet their needs perfectly. There's going to be conflict. It's hard work. So validation is something this book will provide because you will feel like you're not alone. You will feel like you're normal with the challenges you're facing because I share so many of my personal experiences. You're going to be able to relate because a lot of the same challenges I have faced, you have probably faced similar ones. The third reason to consider reading the Total Marriage Refresh book is hope. When we're in winter and we're not feeling in love, we have a lot of resentment, a lot of unresolved conflicts, we feel hopeless. But through the book, it provides so many different steps, so many different ideas, so many different strategies that it's going to provide hope that change can occur, hope that things can get better, hope that you can move from winter into spring. And we all need that. We all need to feel a sense of hope that things can get better. And this book provides a lot of answers, a lot of solutions so that you can feel like there is hope that your marriage can improve as well. The fourth reason to consider reading the book is action. The book is very action-oriented. So we explore things in the book, we unpack things in the book, But at the end of the day, you want to know, what do I do? How do I put this into action? And the book is filled with action. Very concrete, very tactile, very actionable recommendations so that you can finish the book knowing exactly what to do. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but you'll know what to do. You'll know the steps to take. You'll know how to improve all the areas in your relationship. And we need action. That's one of the critiques of traditional counseling, is you go to a counselor and they talk about your feelings and what's been hard, and then it stops there. And a lot of couples I see in my practice, they come to me because they say, I want to know what to do. I want to hear action. And so both are valid. You want your feelings to be empathized with, and you want to understand those feelings and process through them, but you also need to know what to do about it. So the book provides a lot of action so that you know exactly what steps to take to make things better. So if you get the book, it's on Amazon, Total Marriage Refresh, and I would recommend getting 1 or 2 copies so you and your partner can both read it. Now, some couples, if they read it together, it causes conflicts because they start blaming each other. Oh, that's you. That's what you do. So if that happens, read it separately, but come together for all of the application questions and the discussion questions in the chapters. The chapters have a lot of application exercises. So even if you read it separate, be sure to come back and process the content together before you move on to the second chapter. One of the other advantages of reading a marriage book together is it's going to give you common language. It's going to give you common vocabulary of how to label things and how to describe things. And we need that because then you're operating out of the same playbook. So check it out. It's on Amazon, Total Marriage Refresh. You can get the Kindle, you can get the print, or you can get the Audible so you can listen to it if you commute. Thank you for listening to the Dr. Wyatt Show podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to click the 5 stars and leave a review. For more marriage resources, be sure to go to my website, drwyattfisher.com. And remember, your marriage is alive. So if you care for it and nurture it, it will grow and heal. But if you neglect it and deprive it, it will wilt and die. The choice is up to you. Take care.